The federal government and key stakeholders in the oil and gas sector have held talks on capitalizing on gas specifically as a transition from fossil fuel to renewable energy. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Niyi Adebayo, disclosed the federal government's projection for gas at the Domestic Gas Summit, which held in Abuja on Tuesday. Benedict Uku has more as presented from our studios.
The theme for the Domestic Gas Summit, which held in Abuja on Tuesday, is Building a Sustainable Gas Economy. The summit, which is initiated by the Energy Trade Group of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry with the Ministry of Petroleum, Association of Local Gas Distributors and the Nigerian Gas Association as partners, saw the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Niyi Adebayo, speak about the prospects of gas in the future.
The Nigerian government is already taking steps to ensure security of its oil assets and gas assets. Within the next few weeks, I think the results will begin to show because a lot has been done. I know that the security services and the management of the NNPC have, I think as of last week, were on tour of the Niger Delta with a view to seeing what the problems were, and I believe they have come up with they fashioned out a new security architecture for that region, and we will begin to see the results very soon.
The domestic gas market to grow extensively as we work with relevant stakeholders to ensure that gas significantly contributes to the growth of the nation's economy through gas-to-power generation, creation of new gas-based industries, and utilization of gas as automobile fuel.
The Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, who was represented by Adeyemi Dipeolu, spoke about Nigeria's readiness to battle climate change.
As a responsible member of the international community, however, Nigeria has positioned itself to reach net zero emissions by 2060 in response to global concerns to reduce emissions to well below 1.5 degrees through modern energy systems. We are therefore intent, however, on using our gas resources to power economic development while transitioning to cleaner fuels.
On his part, the Managing Director of the Nigeria Export Processing Zone Authority, Adesoji Adesuba, spoke about the need for clean energy to power technology in the free zones.
Nigerian youth are said to be the 5th largest market in the world. As at this morning, I was looking at the figures, they exchanged this money for between the last 24 hours. $2 trillion market. We must get involved. So at the free zone, the regime in the free zone will allow such things to happen for exports. It's not going to be within the country. It's going to be outside the country. So we are going to need mining rigs and all that. There's going to be a lot of energy that we need. And that is why we need green energy in this respect. So expect us to bring more technology, more innovations, new innovations into the free zones.
Other stakeholders drew attention to the peculiarities of the sector.
So therefore, the challenge of sustainability for gas is to have what I call a value-added domestic gas policy, where we have energy affordability. And energy affordability essentially derives by combining regional energy fuel access to lower cost carbon footprints from gas. If we can combine that in a modular fashion, in a value-added form, we'll have sustainability within our gas space.
The biggest challenge actually is knowledge. I think it's the average person does not know what actually gas is or what value chain this provides. There's quite a range of gas value chains that it provides, from the petrochemical sectors to just about 60-70% of the things that we either consume or interact with has a gas element to it. So I think when we educate ourselves as to that value, we then begin to broaden the base, both economically, knowledge-wise, different industries will spring up, and then you can broaden the base of the economies for different sectors of it. So I think knowledge is probably the biggest challenge that we'll have, apart from the policies which is being addressed, currently within the country.
As Nigeria considers the issue of global emission, stakeholders are set to ensure profitability in transition as well as clean environments.